Well, good morning everybody. Bank holiday Monday here in Northamptonshire. So we've come for a little stroll this morning, come for a little walk. We're at the Twywell Hills and Dales, and we're going to have a little wander through the hills and dales, wander through the village of Twywell and come back through the woodland. So come with us on our walk. Right, so this is a car park. Currently not too many cars in here. It's just about 8 o'clock in the morning on this sunny bank holiday Monday. We've got Bo and Sky in the car this morning, so we're going to take those for a nice little walk and as I say, hope you enjoy. Well, this is the main field as you come into the Twywell Hills and Dales. That is a little spot where Nicola is normally here doing serving the coffee and the cakes and everything. I'm really surprised she's not here on a bank holiday. She might be here a bit later, probably running a bit late this morning. We'll see on the way back, but as I say, she does do a lovely coffee at good prices as well. So we're going to walk a slightly different way today. We're going to walk this way through the field, and as I say, it's a lovely little walk here. Doesn't cost anything to come here, nothing to pay for parking, as I say, but to spend your money on a coffee when you're finished. Right, so we're going to wander out through here. There's a few gates missing here. A lot of these were stolen about 12 months ago. I think the local gypsies come in here overnight and pinched a lot of the gates they did, so but they never did replace them. So we've got a little map here of the hills and dales itself. There are currently no animals grazing in this part, but down in the gullet area there are some highland cows. We might catch a glimpse of those on the way back, but as I say, we can walk through there, but where they are, but I don't particularly like walking through with the dogs. So we're just going to follow this pathway round to the right hand side, and as I say, have a little wander through here. Anyway, I'd just like to say thank you if you've been watching the current series from Wales Next to Sea. There are a few more little videos, vlogs and that to bring you, some drone flights and some little walks as well and that, but they're coming up in the next few days. But we thought, nice day, let's get out with the camera this morning. Come on. Well, this walk this morning will probably be in the region of about 2.5 to 3 miles, I guess. We do this quite regularly. Sometimes we come this way and sometimes we go the reverse way, but as I say, it's a nice little one. It's on our doorstep just down the A14, so we make the most of it. Right, we're just coming down this way. There's a little stone monument with some carvings on here. I'm not too sure what it depicts or whatever it means and that, but it's been here ever since I've been coming, so we'll just show you that as we're doing our little walk. Right, so this is it. So there's some little bits of carvings on here and that. You can probably see a gargoyle face there with its tongue out. Some little steps and that, so as I say, they really ought to put a plaque here or a board saying what it's all about, but it's rather lovely, whatever. Right, so let's continue. Right, which way should we go? We'll go this way. We have had a little bit of rain over the weekend. You can probably see things a little bit greener and that, but not too much. I think tomorrow, Tuesday, looks like a thoroughly wet day. We might get a dry start, but then it's looking pretty bad all day long. Right, up the steps. Come on, Sky, keep going. Right, we've got Bo behind me. She does tend to lag behind, Bo does. But the only dog I know that walks behind me, even on the lead, and not in front. Right. Well, we've got no drone with us this morning. It is a little bit on the breezy side, and we've done plenty of flying over the village of Twywell before and over the woodland area at the Hills and Dales, so we thought we'd give that a miss today. This was a last minute thing, bringing the camera out this morning, doing this little bit of filming. So there's lots of ways you can go here, short walks, long walks. What we tend to do is we'll probably do a little bit of this type of walking, then we'll cut into the woodland area. As I say, we're going to extend it today by doing a little bit of this, going into Twywell village itself, which is about a mile away from the car park itself, if anybody's thinking about doing it. The village pub has closed there, been closed for many a year, and that I'm not too sure if there's any coffee places there. I don't think so, but we'll have a little wander through, probably have a little walk through the churchyard and that, and just show you what the village is all about. Alright, this is one of Sky's favourite bits, where the water is, but you can see it's very low. Dirty water, so no, Sky, you're not going in there today. We don't want her in there today. Come on, no. All right, we'll keep going. No. She's disobeyed me, hasn't she? There she is. Come on out. Come on, out. Obviously, no doesn't mean no to Sky. Well, some people like to know how my shoulder is going. Well, we're still in some discomfort, everybody. We are sleeping a little bit better at night. We've still got the steroid injection to come on July the 9th or sooner, if they can get me in with a cancellation and that. But we're dealing with it. We're coping with it. I'm hoping we do get a new shoulder joint in the next 12 months and that, but that'll be down to the surgeon and what he thinks when I've had the steroid injection. Right, have a little wander down here. You can see this is just dried mud in the winter time. This is definitely a Wellington boot area and that, but as I say, we've had hardly any rain, I would say, this year, to be honest. Winter, what winter? That's just an extended autumn, it seemed to me. Right, so we're going to head through the gate here, take a left, and we're going to do the walk up to Twywell next. One of the few gates that did survive, because it's a little way from the car park. As I say, being metal as well, you think the old gypsies would take those. Right, we're going to head through this gateway. If I can get the dogs through. Bo does not like going through gateways. Right. It does say dogs on leads, but they have put a fence to the left hand side now where the animals were, so hopefully we're all good. Right, so we're going to walk along here. It's probably roughly about half a mile to Twywell itself. And you can see that lovely open fields and countryside. Right, just to let you know guys, we've got about 3.5 weeks to go until our summer adventures start on the 20th of June. So do make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you get all the updates when we release footage. As I say, we're starting off at Breen. We're going down to Breen in Somerset. I want to do the Breen Fort area and that, so we're going to spend the weekend there. I think that's Friday to the Monday, and then the Monday morning we're going to head down to South Devon. We're going to Wool Park at Brixham. Not been to Brixham for many a year, so probably when I was a kid, so we're looking forward to going to that little fishing town in Devon. I think we've got 4 nights there. We didn't want to do it too short and not be able to see everything, so 4 nights there, and then we're going down to, well, along the coast into Dorset to Charmouth. I think it's called Sandown Caravan Park or something and that, so I think we've got 3 nights there, so looking forward to that. We can walk into Lyme Regis from there, either through the fields, or if it's low tide we can go the beach way, and then we're following that up with, I think, 4 nights at Swanage. I think that one's called Hurston Farm. It looks a little bit rough and ready on the outside, but at the end of the day we're just parking a motorhome there. It's the closest one, I think, to Swanage itself, and prices are pretty good. We're close to the railway as well to go to Corfe Castle, so really looking forward to this trip. And that we've had a couple of cancellations this year, obviously with Uphill Marina, which we have booked for May next year. We did get a nice little refund, not a total refund, but they gave me £100 back, so I said, can we do it after the May bank holiday next year? So that is booked. So as I say, all these trips are rapidly approaching now. Right, regarding my old work van, yeah, as you know, we took the decals off the side, and that still in my mind at the moment to convert it into a little day van, camper van and that, but we're going to get this next trip done first and get the shoulder injection done, and then we'll weigh up if we're going to do it. It's going to cost me, I'm probably totted it up, anything from 2,000 to 2,250 just for a nice little spec camper van. As I say, I do all the work myself. As I say, I am a tradesman, so we can do the internals and that up to a nice standard, and that we're going to put a slide out bed in there. We're going to have some cupboards in there with a sink. We're going to put some sort of electrical system in, whether or not it's just using a power station or batteries or whatever, but yeah, it's in my mind. I'd like to do it. As I say, the van is pretty well worthless as it is, an 18-year-old van, but it's a nice little long wheelbase van to do something, and I think, you know, I can make a little bit of money out of it if I decide to sell it in 12 months time. The only downside is it's another MOT, it's another tax, and it's another insurance to pay each year, especially now I'm semi-retired and not working. We're going to make that pension pot you know, last for the next 7 years at least, until my state pension comes. Otherwise we're going to have to get a little part-time job. We are going to do a little handyman jobs if we can in the next few months, but at the moment we're seeing how the shoulder goes, and more importantly whether my back can stand it. Right, so we're on the approach now into Twywell. About a year ago we could walk through this field and enter it via the fields and that, but now we follow this footpath. The farmer has locked all the gates and chained them up, which you can understand. You don't want people roaming across your fields, but everybody did, and I think in the end he got fed up and he just chained and locked all the gateways up. But as I say, this is a ready-made footpath into the top end of Twywell. Right, so we're coming to the end of the footpath now. We will get Sky on her lead, and we come out, as I say, top end of Twywell. There's the views. There's some people's back gardens there. Someone got some sheep in, and there's the main fields. And you got the Twywell plantation in the distance, and you got the wind farm as well. That's called Burton Wolds and that. Alright, so we're going to head out here, take a right turn. There's not too much if you go left. The old infant and junior school was at the top, which is now, I think, the County Girl Guide Centre, which I've done some work on in there in previous years, some fire doors, etc. But we're going to head down the village, look at these lovely little houses on the way. As I say, wander down here. It's a little small village. I'll probably just take you through the churchyard and back out. I do love the look of this one behind the gates. Providence House. You can see it's quite quiet. Not many people use this road. It's sort of off the beaten track. You don't sort of come here unless you're going to visit or drive through. Lovely new build there, the old Normandy house. As I say, I took a drone flight over here many times. We probably will link one into this video so you can see what it looks like from above. You can see some new builds gone in at the top there. Nicely done, quite tastefully. We've got some old farm buildings here on the right hand side. They are being currently renovated up, I think, by the local farmer or whoever's bought it now. You can see a little bit of a wall repair going on. They've done the entrance way in. Now on the left hand side there's a footpath down there. I would imagine that probably goes to Slipton, I would say, without looking at it on the map or actually doing the walk. One day we can probably give that a try. The building on the right hand side, I can't remember whether that was just the local shop. I think it was a shop. I think the post office was further down. That's called the Gables. Right, so we're going to take this little lane on the right hand side called Church Lane now. Twywell Festival VE Day 80th anniversary theme, wartime sing-along, 8th of June 2025, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. free entry. So you got the old telephone box there, and the old books in now, post box, and a defibrillator. So coming this way, it does make it a nice little extended walk for us. We've got a beautiful, another cottage there. People are probably looking out the windows thinking, well, what is that guy filming today? And that, and they won't even know it's going on YouTube, I dare guess. I do try and put some of these on the local village Facebooks around here and that, but we don't get an awful lot of views and that. Same with my subscribers now. We're just over the 1,600 subscribers, but it would be nice to get a few more of those watching and commenting. Right, church coming up through the gate. I think we've tried this church many a time to see if the door was open, and it's always been closed, but we'll just have a little wander about through. We'll get the gate open, see if we can get Bo through. Come on, oh, she's in today. Right, we'll have a little wander around this way. So, this is a graveyard. They do lack some keepers, they do some of these churches nowadays, but I would guess it's all voluntary stuff. Everybody does it when they can. Nice little view looking there. As I say, it's quite overgrown, definitely needs some attention. Somebody come in with a strimmer. Right, we will try the doorway. No, it's definitely locked, it is. Oh well, we got through this little mesh door, which I think they put on just to stop the birds, so we'll shut that back up. One day we might be in luck. Right, so that is Twywell Church, which I shall tell you the name of it soon. Right, well that was St Nicholas Church at Twywell. Right, we'll head back down to the main road, or the lane through, and just show you the rest of the village before we enter the field into the plantation. Right, as I say, the village pub doesn't exist anymore. You got Mutts and Cuts, a local dog groomer. I know she's got a very good reputation in the area if you need your dog grooming. And look, this is the old post office, 1660. Got an old sign next to the door, the old post office. You got the village parish council notice board. There's quite a few houses having work done at the moment. So you'd have a job, I would imagine, to find a property here for probably less than about £500,000, I would say. Right, we're going to cross the road shortly, just cut through between those cottages, houses, but we'll show you where the old Friar pub was, see what condition it is in now. So this is the old Friar pub restaurant. It had a very good reputation years gone by. The Sunday dinners here were exceptional, I was told. And now you can see it's gone to rack and ruin. Nobody's took it on. You can imagine that going to be turned into HMO flats, I would say, in years to come. Right, we'll head back and continue our main walk now. So that is basically Twywell village in Northamptonshire. As I say, there is no tea room or anything, so as I say, it'd be coffee at Nicola's at the Hills and Dales if you needed one. Right, so this is called the lane. We come along here, you got the village allotments at the end. We're just going to do a little detour off to the right hand side. Right, footpath to the Hills and Dales. Dogs on lead. We come into a little field. Sometimes there's some sheep in there. Right, here's a gateway. We're about 1.5 miles into the walk at the moment, so it's not too bad. Right, try and get the dogs in. It's one of those awkward gates. I think there's some sheep at the far end, I can see. So we literally just drop into here for no more than about 50 metres and then back through the gate. As I say, this leads us into the big field, and then we go into the plantation. Right, through the gateway. We'll take Sky off her lead now. We'll probably take Bo off hers as well. Right, into the main field. It doesn't look like there's any cattle in here today. Now there's 3 openings you can choose to go into the plantation. We've got the bottom, the middle and the top. We're going to go through the bottom to start with, and then we're probably going to do a little bit of a loop back into here and back through the top one again, just to show you all 3 ins and outs. Come on, leave it, Sky, leave. Right, so we're going to come in through this bottom gate. We're going to go through the plantation for a little bit, and we're going to pop out the middle gate and then go back in the top gate. As I say, this is a beautiful woodland walk. You've probably seen the videos I brought to you before from here. Right, gate is locked, so we'll open it. Come on, Sky. Reshut it. Stop so the people's dogs go running out into the fields if you do that. So as you can see, welcome to the Woodland Trust Twywell plantation. So let's head up this top track. So we love a woodland walk, we do.
I don't know where to go. See a lot of color, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through.
Every time we come here, it's almost like there's something different to see. Just the beauty of it, the greenery, even in the winter when the leaves are all off the trees and it's more open. Here's the views back down. You can see Bo's having a little wander now. Little tinkle. As I say, if it wasn't for me bringing Bo out, as I say, she wouldn't see these places. She'd probably walk to the local pub, to the top of the pub and back. I don't mean going in it. Mum doesn't drink, but as I say, Mum's coming on 83 in July, and she does struggle now, so one reason we took semi-retirement as well, so we can help Mum out a little bit more. Right, so we're going to take a right turn back into the field, temporary, and then rejoin. Right, so we just pop into the field here. As I say, a little variation on the walk. As I say, I just love coming here and seeing the different views, hearing the birds, the nature. Just so relaxing. Time doesn't mean anything. We get back when we get back. Morning.
Morning.
Right, as you can see, we're popped into the field again, so we'll head through here and we'll go through the next gateway and through the little bit of plantation, which is one of my favourite sections. I think it's the undulations and the dips and the hollows and that, but for some reason I do like it. So back through here. What are you doing up there? Hey?
take this anymore.
As I say, there's lots of different ways you can go. You got some steps there, and they take you back onto other tracks and paths. It's just amazing. Come on then, girls, let's go. Some more steps there. One day we'll possibly try there, see where it brings us. I think it only brings us out further up. This is more picturesque, so we'll stick with this way. We've got another pine forest woodland walk to share with you from Pine Woods, Wells next to the sea. I think we'll be releasing this one in between that one. But yeah, you can just see the beauty of it, can't you? Sometimes you get the sun trying to come in through the tops of the trees. Right, we're going to walk around the outer edge today of a plantation. We're not going to go through the centre. We might even be daring and go through the gullet. We might see if we can see those Highland cows. I've just been talking to a gentleman, and he said they're quite friendly. They generally just move out the way if you walk through, so we'll see. Well, I think the wind has picked up. Right choice not to bring the drone today. We'll be okay possibly with a bigger drone and that, but
What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder.
you'll probably see all these little cut throughs on the left hand sides. They'll take you back down to the centre of the plantation at any time you want to deviate. And you say this is the pathways, what you're going to get walking this way: stony, tree roots, unevenness. And if you come here in winter, it's definitely wellies or walking boots.
Until winter comes, it really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder.
Right, I think we're going to head towards the gullet now. We will be daring this morning. I think we've got to put both dogs on leads though. Right, so we've got the gateway now on the right hand side. We'll see if we can head through here and through the boardwalk. Come on, Bo. Come on. In. Right, we've got her in. Right, down these awkward steps. We'll just get into this section, then we will put Sky on the lead. Just don't want two dogs pulling me. You can see they're quite awkward little ones. If you haven't got good mobility, as I say, this is not the best way to come. Right, head this way. I can hear a lot of creaking, so I don't know whether that's just wind on the trees or cattle moving through. So I'm not the best of people with cows with big horns. I just imagine them doing a lot of damage to a human. Right, just a little sign, keep away from the cows. We've got this little boardwalk section down here. We could be coming back on ourselves if I don't like the look of it, but we'll give it a go, everyone. See where a few sections have broke. I would imagine that's probably the weight of the cows walking on here. But it's, as I say, it's a beautiful little section to come through. You've got the stone rocks on the left and the right. Well, I've not come across any yet. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. They are free to roam anywhere in this section.
This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face,
Just heard some mooing, so I guess they're getting close. They're probably all towards this top end, probably where the ranger feeds them and they got water. We've got one coming up on the left hand side here. Now, can you see him or her? I think that's the only one we're possibly going to see. As I say, they do go wandering everywhere. Right. And back out the gate. So that's just the one today. Right. So we're heading back out now. And I do believe somebody just told me that Nicola is having a day off today. So normally she's about on bank holiday, but I think she wanted to go out somewhere else or have a day off and that with her family, so understandable. So you know what I'm going to say, it's a trip to our local Sainsbury's and have some donuts. Right, so that's the walk through the plantation done. Right, so it's just a little wander back to the car now. We are in the car today, as you've seen at the start of the vlog. I can just about manage to pick Bo up now. Sky's not a problem because she jumps in the back of the motor, but Bo's a little chubby, heavy little thing, so as I say, with a bit of less pain now, I would say, in my shoulder, so we're doing a little bit more. Right, I think we'll conclude our little walk for today at Twywell Hills and Dales and Twywell Village on Bank Holiday Monday. As I say, hope you've enjoyed it and stayed to the end. Please do give me a like by clicking that thumbs up. Do comment if you want, and do also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you want to see more of our content into future. So it's a thanks from Ian, it's a thanks from Sky, and it's also a thanks from Bo today. See you all soon.